Do you know there's certain things you should expect when talking to a business owner about putting an ATM in their store? Today in the video, I'm going to show you what some of those are. Hi, I'm Phil from the ATM Mastermind Group page, and we help hundreds of aspiring ATM business owners go from 0 ATMs to ATM Business Pro in as little as 30 days. Always remember, here at the ATM Mastermind Group page, we buy your freedom back, one transaction at a time. Alright, so I want to make this video because I go out, I talk to business owners all the time, and I thought, you know what? The business owners ask me questions, the conversation flows in a different way, and maybe some of you guys are out there struggling with some of these conversations. So I thought we'd make a video about the conversations that we have, types of questions, and what the business owner expects, and how you present yourself. So stay to the end of the video, and we're going to share with you all of what I learned. Alright, so we also have a location service. They go out, they basically cold call for us, and then they find us what we call warm leads. These are people who want an ATM, at least they say they want an ATM, to the people who are cold calling for us. So I walk in the location and I say, hey, our services called you, you were interested in an ATM, and I start the conversation from there. So number one is what I'm asking, are you interested in an ATM? Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises, and we're here to just let you guys know that we also sell wireless devices in case you guys need a wireless device, and we also sell parts in case you guys need any parts for your ATMs. We also offer processing, so if you're buying an ATM from us, we can offer processing, or you bought an ATM from somebody else and now you want to change, you want to process with somebody else, we can also offer processing for you guys. You just want to mention a promo code, which is 2023. We're going to take an additional $50 off if you order an ATM. And with this special, we're also going to offer $50 off for any new ATM sales. Just mention the promo code 2023 and we'll take an additional $50 off our regular price of the ATMs. So just want to let you guys know that we appreciate any and all your business, and thank you guys for being part of the ATM Mastermind Group, and thank you for being part of the PDQ family. Point number two is, before I go in there, or right when I go in there, or depending on what the business is I'm also looking for a spot to put the ATM. So the last one we did today was a laundromat. So I went into the laundromat, I looked around for a spot to put the ATM. Where's electricity? Where can we move a table? A lot of times they have folding tables, they have carts, and you got to know where to put the ATM. In most laundromats, there's only 2 or 3 spots because there's not enough outlets. They got all the carts for the laundry, they got the tables for folding, there's usually vending machines. There's not a lot of room, but you have to find some room because that's going to be one of the things they're going to ask you. So I went in, I found the owner, he was in the store next door, and I said, he said, you know what, let's go over to the laundromat, I'm interested in ATM. So right away he says, you know what, I don't know where we could put the ATM. I do want it, but I don't know where to put it. So what I said is, you know what, we're going to move this table over about 2 feet, we'll put it right here. He says, I love it, let's do it. So point number 2 is, know where to put the ATM. So if you're thinking about starting your own profitable ATM business but didn't know where to start, stay to the end of the video and I will show you our checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business so you can have a clear roadmap towards ATM business success. You can earn between $250 and $1,500 of passive income every single month. Alright, let's get back to the video. Point number 3 is, do you have security cameras? Do you have a security system? Are you interested in any of that before we put the ATM in it? Just recently, I was interested in putting an ATM. So for me, it's a nice little bonus if they have security cameras and a security system. I like that, it makes me feel secure, but it's not a requirement for me to put an ATM into the location. Now, some insurance companies will make it a requirement if they're not open 24 hours a day, they need security cameras, they need alarm system. But for me, our insurance company doesn't require it, and it's not a requirement for me. Again, it's a bonus. But in this particular situation, what happened is the business owner said, you know what, I am interested in ATM. However, I would like to put in a security camera system and a security system before we install the ATM. So what am I going to say to that? I said, it's not a requirement. She says, you know what, I would feel more secure if it was in here before we put the ATM in. So now we have to wait to put the ATM. So that could happen to you. So just be aware that you might have to be delayed by putting an ATM because the business owner wants to put in added security. So point number 4 is, what I also do is I don't tell them we need to sign a location agreement right away. What I do is I warm them up. Are you interested in an ATM? Where do you want to place the ATM? Do you need a security camera system or a security system to get in here? What is your expectations? And then I tell them about the process. Look, we're going to put the ATM in, we're going to stock it, we're going to service it, you don't have to do anything. If it breaks down, you call us. There's a number on the ATM to call if it breaks down. You're not required to do anything. We'll mail you out a statement. Well, actually, we email them a statement once a month, and then we put the money in their account. So I get through all the logistics of the whole process. And then from there, we'll go into signing a location agreement. But I never bring that up because I want to eliminate all the objections before we get to that point. I don't want to pile on another objection so they can say no to the ATM. I always get them excited. So all those steps, we're getting them excited about putting an ATM in. And then one of the last things we do is we hit them with location. So point number 5 is, this is the stuff they're going to need. I tell them, look, we're going to need a tax ID number. We're going to need a bank account number. So we're going to need a tax ID number because at the end of the year, when they make over $600, we issue a 1099. We're going to need a bank account number because we're going to put the money into their bank every month between the 4th and the 8th of the month. We automatically ACH their money. And we also need an email because on the 1st of the month, we're going to email them a statement. Between the 4th and the 8th, they're going to know what they're supposed to be expecting from us, the ATM company. So that's the documentation I ask them to give me. So when we go down to sign a location agreement, which I didn't tell them we're going to sign a location agreement, I just tell them that we have some paperwork to sign. I tell them what I'm going to need, the email, the tax ID, the bank account. So they expect that when we sit down to go over the paperwork. And then I tell them that, you know what, we do have to bolt on the ATM. So I just want to make sure you're comfortable with that because our guys will come in, or me, or somebody, one of our guys will come in, we'll bolt on the ATM. So if we can't bolt on the ATM, then it's a deal breaker for me. If they don't want to sign a location agreement, it's a deal breaker for me. So those are the things that I require as a business. You guys can make the decision on your own what you want to do and how you want to conduct business. Somebody asked me, hey Phil, is it a requirement to bolt it down? Hey, it's if your business, if you don't want to bolt it down, if the store owner says they don't want to bolt it down, then you make that decision. We recently had somebody that had a stone floor with rocks. That's how the base. It's like, well, how do I bolt it down? You know what? You can't. You can maybe bolt it to the wall, but then it's drywall. You can rip that apart. So it's in decision what you want to do. Somebody says, well, we can tape it down. Yeah, you can tape it, but they can still rip it apart. So that would be a deal breaker for me. I would walk away from the deal, but for maybe one of you guys, it's not a deal breaker. You don't need to walk away. So, but know where your thresholds are when you're entering into the business. All right, so if you're thinking about starting your own ATM business, I want to invite you to our free checklist entitled ATM Business Passive Income Checklist, the 5 things you need to know to start your profitable ATM business so you can start earning passive income, make more money for your family, and spend more time with them also. If that sounds like something that's interesting to you, click the link down below and start your ATM journey today. Again, this is Phil from the ATM Mastermind group page, where we buy your freedom at one transaction at a time. Thank you guys for making us #1 on YouTube, and I'll see you over at the next ATM Mastermind video.